Okay, so what's up guys, it's Matters. I wanted to talk about Black Ops 4 teasers again, but specifically the teasers that we're going to be seeing within past games. Obviously, the most notable one would probably be Black Ops 3. So I want to go through, Treyarch and what they're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks to actually get ready for these teasers, how sure I am that they're going to happen, and how sure I am that Zombies is going to be more of a major part of sort of their marketing campaign. And again, we went through a bit of this in the other video, but I want to go specifically on the actual teasers within the game itself, not like any trailers or any outside stuff, because it's a very interesting thing they could do, and there's a lot they can actually add into Black Ops 3 to, hype up Black Ops 4. So that being said, if you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more Black Ops 4 Zombies videos, and let's get started. So I want to go through here. This is sort of what motivated me to make this video, just a random update, and I'll leave the tweet up on screen. Treyarch Studios, attention, Black Ops 3 Xbox One players, there's a planned outage, and they're working on the servers, and then it says Xbox 360 players will be impacted as well during that same time period, and it's not that big of a deal. And Treyarch, especially them, they've been pretty good with actually, continuously updating their game and making sure the servers are working to some extent. Like, they're not updating every day, and they're not keeping the closest watch on Black Ops 3, but they're going back and they're making sure everything is good. But the fact that they're still doing that and they're having planned outages for these servers, it's obviously, it gets people thinking. It gets people just like, whoa, what are you doing that for? What is the big deal? And I think Treyarch, again, it's reasonable to assume that they're going to be doing something with Black Ops 3 to hype up Black Ops 4. It just makes sense. So just to go through what they could be doing, I want to start off with sort of the original viral campaign that Treyarch pulled back. Well, not pulled, it's not a bad thing, but they had the whole Snapchat teasers, and those actual things were found within old Black Ops 2 multiplayer maps. I think it was like Plaza and some other map, but they had the Snapchat code there, and I think it was just a link where you take a picture of it and it just adds Call of Duty on Snapchat, and that was just whatever. And you had all the Snapchat teasers, and that's what sort of started the actual campaign teasers, and then you had the campaign reveal and all that cool stuff for Black Ops 3. So that's what they did there. But with that, the teasers within Black Ops 2 weren't necessarily like full-on teasers. They were sort of just like, okay, we're gonna direct you to Snapchat, and then Snapchat, we're gonna randomly give you guys these snapshots. I remember they were also at like weird times, like in the middle of the night sometimes, just really funny stuff. So that's what happened there. But again, this time around, 3 years later, Zombies is a huge deal. Treyarch is now undoubtedly the dominant, video game, or not video game, but Call of Duty, developer, maybe even video game developer, you never know. They're obviously so much in a better position than Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward. Activision, they understand that now, so they want to make this a big deal, and they're not just going to do another Snapchat teaser. They're not just going to do another thing where you have to go into Zetsubo no Shima and then you have to find this, QR code. And, obviously QR code, they're probably going to do something new. QR codes are pretty, 2015 when that happened. I think we've moved past that now, but it's not just going to be that simple. You scan it and then you go to there's a random website, or you find this link and then you type it up online and it brings you to this random database with all weird stuff that we have to decode. I don't think it's going to be that simple. I think they're going to put a bit more effort into that and actually add something physical to the game, something where it's almost like an Easter egg. It's almost like you actually start hearing different new quotes. So sometimes when you're playing these maps, you hear this new voice, and obviously, who's this new voice? Who's this new person talking? And again, I direct this towards Zombies, but this is pretty general as well. It could really be anything. I think Zombies is just the best place to have these teasers. Even if they want a tease campaign, it would probably occur within Zombies, especially if you're hearing new voices. Maybe if you're seeing some like new plane fly through Garad Krovi, or just something different happening, something where it's like, that wasn't there before. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing a map and something is different, slightly different. There's this new object, there's a new voice, there's just something off, you know? And that's obviously the start to figuring out this new storyline and figuring out who this new voice is and trying to figure out what we can actually get from this and how to see what this is. You know, if they're doing zombies and if they're teasing zombies, you know, Black Ops 4 zombies within Black Ops 3 zombies, that is going to reveal a lot of information. Like, it depends on what map we're hearing this voice. So if we're hearing this voice, maybe, you know, I can't even imagine them doing this, but maybe they go all the way back and they have this update on Black Ops 2, and you start hearing these different voices on Mob of the Dead. Obviously, the huge thing with Mob of the Dead is that obviously it's, you know, it's gonna be remastered, and I think that's a pretty general idea within the community. Like, it's gonna happen at this point. So if we start hearing new voices, or if we start hearing a new plane fly on Mob of the Dead, that's gonna be very interesting. You know, I mean, that really starts showing that, you know, okay, obviously this is gonna mean something in the future if Treyarch are purposely changing something on this map. And those are pretty, like, indirect sort of teasers. Those are just slight things where it's just like, okay, they're putting new voices. Maybe they're so cryptic that you can't even understand them, and, you know, maybe at that point it's just like, okay, I don't even know what's going on here. This is just Treyarch trolling us pretty much at that point, which, you know, they could very well do. Treyarch, they're known to do that. Like, they understand, and they understand the community, and they just like giving us all these different teasers, and they know how crazy we get too. So it would be them to do something stupid like that. But if you look about on the high end of what would be like the craziest possible teaser that, you know, they could add into Black Ops 3 for Black Ops 4, obviously, it would be almost, again, I can't say a full-on Easter egg, but something where, you know, you actually have like different animations in the game, different quests in the game. Like, you have a small quest where you actually have to do something. Like, they add something in the game to a map, one of the DLC maps, whatever this, you know, however they want to set up the storyline for Black Ops 4, they add it into that map, which, you know, they see fit where it makes sense. Maybe Revelations, because that's like sort of, you know, the ending of that storyline, or at least like the ending of Black Ops 3 or whatever. Or if they want to add to Zombies Chronicles because they're continuing that, or who knows what they want to do, or Shadows of Evil. But they add an actual quest in, so we're going through and we're actually completing certain tasks. And even though if we don't know the end goal, and we don't know why we're doing it, and we don't know who we're listening to, and just some random guys telling us to do this different stuff, sort of like the first time we heard Dr. Monty within Garad Krovi, just this new person that's just telling us all these random things, and we're just like, what is going on here? Like, what is this guy? Could be that as well. You never know. I don't even want to say we can get a cutscene, because I don't want to get hyped that much, because realistically, they have to work on Black Ops 4. They can't add so much to Black Ops 3 to hype up Black Ops 4. Obviously, that'd be sick. That'd get people really amped up. That'd get people insanely hyped up. Imagine if they added like an actual, you know, just Easter egg. This new Easter egg with all this different random, like, it doesn't need to be a normal Easter egg like the Horizon Rock Easter egg where you go around and you complete these different tasks, and you know, just do like kill zombies in this area, kill zombies in that area. I'm not talking about like those type of Easter eggs. I'm not talking about those types of tasks, but like storyline tasks, you know, like trying to figure out what certain artifacts mean and just listening to these quotes. More of just almost like an engaging Easter egg where you're trying to understand like who this guy is and what are we doing, and you're just trying to figure out how this relates to Black Ops 4 and how this relates to the storyline. That's really what my idea of a insanely cool Easter egg would be within Black Ops 3 that would, you know, sort of not reveal, but, you know, just hype up and tease the storyline for Black Ops 4 Zombies. And again, cutscene, look, they have to work on the game. They can't, and probably don't even have time to do anything that crazy. They had time to make Zombies Chronicles DLC 5. Like, that was already just insane enough that they were able to do that. And yeah, I think with Black Ops 4, they want to put all their effort in. They want to make a solid game. They're probably going to put so much, you know, just content within Black Ops 4 that it doesn't make sense for them to put effort back into Black Ops 3 just to tease it. Now, it would be cool if they put a ton of effort, they put a cutscene, and they put these new different things, and they put just all this different stuff within Black Ops 3 that relates to Black Ops 4, gets us hyped up, gets us thinking, gets us wondering, and all this cool stuff. Like, that'd be sick. Like, that's obviously what I'd love. That's the best possible situation, but realistically, I think within the next couple of weeks, we should expect different different quotes. I really do think we're gonna see something interesting. I don't know. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't know for sure. No one knows for sure, but I do think it's gonna be a lot more than just like a link, or a lot more than just some QR code or whatever they're gonna do now. You know, I don't think it's gonna be that simple. Last time it was very simple. Black Ops 2, they had a playlist update. They added in the Snapchat code thing, and you add Call of Duty, and that's really it. And then Call of Duty, you had the teasers. You know, they were cool teasers, but it wasn't really much to that. But this time around, this is Black Ops 4. This is a big deal. This is a very important time and a very important, you know, turning point for Call of Duty. So I don't know, man. I think it's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So that being said, basically the point of the video is we should definitely expect something to be added within Black Ops 3 to tease Black Ops 4, whether or not it's the highest level of hype we've ever seen, the cutscene, Easter egg, or if it's just something very little like a moving object that wasn't there before but it's there now. What does it mean, and does it relate to anything? Is it an artifact? Is it something from the storyline? You know, whether it's those two levels, we don't really know, but it's something. It 100% has to be something. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think about that. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, and yeah, that's really it. See you guys later. Goodbye.